What's up, guys? Obviously, it's CaptainObviouzX, and welcome to the Armory. In today's episode, I'll be covering the QBB-95 light support weapon. Now, this is the final light support weapon review. Next week, I'll be covering the M249 light machine gun. So without further ado, let's get into this review. You'll unlock the weapon after completing the Let It Rain assignment, which requires you to get 20 light machine gun kills and 2 mortar kills. Damage per bullet is 25 to 18.4, with a drop-off beginning at 8 meters and ending at 50 meters. Shots to kill in core mode are 4 to 6, and then in hardcore mode it's going to drop down to 3 to 4 shots to kill. Rate of fire is on the slower side at 650 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity is 670 meters per second. Maximum range is 1,005 meters. You can fire the weapon on fully automatic, semi-automatic, and burst fire mode. And the suppressive effect is 7.0%. So the QBB-95 has some standardized damage of 25 to 18.4, so there's nothing special there at all in regards to the LSW category in the light machine gun class. But there's one thing really special about the QBB-95. It has the fastest muzzle velocity and the longest range in the entire light machine gun category and in the entire support class. It is very powerful at longer range because of that 670 meters per second muzzle velocity and the 1,005 meter range. It is very effective at those ranges. I recommend you guys using it at those ranges pretty much at all times. You'll be very successful if you stick back from the rest of the crowd and hit enemies at longer range. You'll see a very noticeable difference between this and other weapons. Reload time is 3.80 seconds and 4.50 seconds on empty. Cancel time reloads are 2.85 and 3.375 seconds. Threshold is 0.75 and magazine size is 75 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So unfortunately, every single great weapon has to have some sort of weakness, and for the QBB-95, that is its reload time. It has a painfully long, both normal and empty reload time. It is extremely noticeable in this weapon. Always make sure you know when you're going to be reloading so you do not get caught with your pants down and the enemy does not flank you in the process of reloading. It will bite you in the butt. But the magazine size is very large to compensate, which is a very nice thing indeed. First shot recoil is 2.0x, center speed is 13.0, recoil up is 0.37, recoil left is 0.3, and right pull is 0.2. Your spread values are pretty nice for the QBB-95. Hipfire accuracy is better, along with your smoothing. Aim down sight accuracy is also improved in the QBB-95. So as you can tell by the QBB-95, it's a very slow recoil climb rate, which is different from many of the other light support weapons in this game. While pulling down the trigger for about 3 to 4 seconds, you will experience a significant increase in your recoil, but it is gradual as compared to some of the other weapons such as the M27 or the L96, which is also a very nice thing. While on the move, the QBB-95 is also very effective because it does not get the same penalty that other light support weapons do while firing and moving at the same time. The hipfire as well is also very nice. It's better in closer range, but it's still not anything compared to a carbine or an assault rifle in terms of their close range power, but it still makes up for it because it's an LMG and it's still good in that aspect. Let's go over my recommended attachments for the QBB-95. Unlocked at 300 kills, the heavy barrel will increase your vertical recoil to 0.400, which is a 10% increase. It will increase drop-off distance to 65 meters. It will also decrease your aim down sight spread by 50%, but increase hipfire spread by 16.8%. It won't increase muzzle velocity, however. The one advantage the QBB-95 has over other light support weapons is that the heavy barrel does not affect its hipfire spread as much as it does on other weapons. As you can tell by the demonstration right now, it is not too much different than it is by default, which is a very nice thing. That 18% increase in hipfire spread is not too significant. Many other light support weapons get a 75% increase in hipfire spread. The QBB, however, only gets a 17 to 18% increase, which is a very nice bonus for this weapon. The bullpup nature helps it out a lot, but the one main thing about the QBB-95 is that the heavy barrel extremely benefits this weapon because of its long range potential and power. Unlocked at 0 kills, the bipod will lower your recoil across the board, both up, right, and left. It will also decrease your hipfire and aim down sight spread while deployed. The QBB-95 fortunately is not affected by the bipod glitch, where the bipod does not function correctly and it will shoot extremely heavily to the left. After the most recent patch, however, I have tested many of the light support weapons, and from my sort of observations, this glitch is no longer in effect. But it is heavier than it should be in terms of increase in recoil over time. Not the QBB specifically, but for all the light support weapons in general, you'll experience a little bit heavier recoil than you should be while using the heavy barrel, or sorry, the bipod, while it's deployed after the most recent patch. It's not completely fixed yet, but DICE is moving in the right direction in terms of fixing this. The laser sight unlock at 20 kills will decrease fire spread by 50%, making you more effective in closer range. Now, the QBB-95 only benefits from the laser sight because, by default, it has very nice hip fire spread. With the laser sight attached, it has near assault rifle capabilities in closer range in terms of hip fire performance. It is one of the things that the LSWs and the LMGs in general tend to lack in terms of their potential in certain areas of combat. Fortunately, the QBB-95 excels in the hip fire spread area. Though the rate of fire will not keep up with the hip fire spread itself, it will still give you some options in close range. Flash suppressor unlock at 60 kills will decrease your vertical recoil to 0.320 by 13%. It will also increase hip fire spread by about 14.3% as well. Flash suppressor is there for only one reason, that's for controllability. If you had the flash suppressor on the QBB-95, it will increase its recoil over time slower than it will without it, which is a very nice advantage over other light support weapons in this game. It is very distinctive to think about while using the QBB-95 because its one main advantage is that longer range and medium range firepower. With the flash suppressor attached, you have the controllability and the overall performance necessary to perform very, very well at those ranges, was something the QBB-95 should excel at, and it does when using the flash suppressor. Alright, let's go by recommended class setup for the QBB-95. This class setup involves the holographic sight on the American side, the bipod, and the flash suppressor. The holographic sight gives you that nice zoom bonus. The bipod is there just in case you want to lay down some suppressive fire back from the crowd, and the flash suppressor is there 100% for controllability at medium to longer ranges. Alright, so enough about the cold hard stats. Let's get into the nice strategies that you guys are really here for. The QBB-95 overall is one of the higher performing LSWs in this game. When stacked up against likes of the RPK or the M27 IAR, the QBB has one advantage over every single one of them, and that is its long range performance. With a maximum range of 1005 meters and a muzzle velocity of 670 meters per second, the QBB-95 excels greatly in medium to long range combat, which is where it really does excel overall while playing in Battlefield 3. There is no denying the fact that the QBB-95 is a success at these ranges. When you see me using it, you see me locking down a hallway, locking down a specific area while using this weapon. It is great for covering fire, it is great for suppressive fire because of that slower fire rate. Next to it feeling badass while you're firing it while standing still and bipoded up, overall the QBB is a great suppressive fire weapon because of that lower rate of fire. You can serve your ammo while suppressing the enemy pretty much the same amount you would with a higher rate of fire weapon. In addition to a great suppressive and controlling an area weapon, an area of denial, the QBB-95 also functions as a very good aggressive weapon for a few reasons. Though the rate of fire may not stack up with your aggressive tendencies, there's one thing that the QBB has over other light support weapons and light machine guns in general. That increased performance while moving and aim down sights is something the QBB-95 has over other weapons in the entire game of Battlefield 3. It has this advantage over carbines, over assault rifles, over the rest of the support weapons and the LMGs, and it does function better than some of the other sniper rifles in this game as well. This distinct advantage while moving and firing is something that the weapons in Battlefield 3 lack in their performance, but the QBB-95 has that distinct advantage where you guys can move freely and not notice too much of a difference in terms of your accuracy, which is something that is very nice when using this weapon. It's one of my favorite weapons to use in the light machine gun category. I've been using it for a while now, and I really do enjoy using this weapon. Now, I did not suggest it in the recommended class setups because it is sort of a niche role. The suppressor is also a very nice weapon attachment for the QBB because it already has by default great range and muzzle velocity, so it does not affect it too much. But overall, the QBB is a great area of the 9i weapon and aggressive support role weapon in the LMG class. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Armory, and if you guys did, remember to give this video a thumbs up. That helps out a lot. Next week, I'll be covering the M249 Saw. Follow me on Twitter. Link is down in the description. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.